Let's see. We have this video and then Balistro. Let's do it. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do slash marker Gabby. I haven't been markering the way that I'm supposed to do.
Been a long time. I don't know what to yap about. I have to make a video.
Sorry, no more renovation videos, Elron. We get it, you're a short king. Let's move on, buddy. Well, guess what? You have coochie cancer because you wear Lululemon, Tio. Get fucked.
And my well of talking has run dry. What do? I ask you guys. You guys are funny, and I got suggestions like Skibbity Fortnite 48-hour listening challenge max volume. Why do you want me to suffer this badly? Rumi. And a few of you suggested Alpha TikTok, the bread and butter of commentary. You know what's fun? Picking apart silly ideas at best and harmful ideologies at worst to validate their weird behavior.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
But that's
Oh, no. No, 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 no. What was that clip? No! You cannot. Yo! That guy blew up on TikTok a month ago. That's crazy, bro. I've never seen that video. That's fucking crazy. Bro, Aspen Gold did a heartbeat. Aspen Gold is wild and on TikTok, bro. Yo!
That's not what I got when I searched Alpha on TikTok. It's not what I got at all. It's not Gen Alpha TikTok. Not yet.
I saw this thing. Oh, there's a TikTok video I saw that was here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It's on, I bookmarked it, but it's about the woman in the bear situation. Am I on my TikTok? Fuck, I'm not. It is what it is. We'll never watch it. We'll never see it. We'll never see it.
Yeah, I stumbled upon a war right now where Gen Alpha is actually making fun of Gen Z for being cringe, and if you don't know why that's
We are cringe. We are cringe, and it is tragic. I mean, like, here's the thing, is that being old comes for everyone, and we need to realize that Zoomers are the new millennials. We are the new millennials. And there's a thing called the Zoomer pause that we do, like, before our jokes. We don't, like, we look into the camera whenever we're, like, you know, doing our TikTok fucking commentaries. They don't look at the camera whenever they're, like, you know, doing their Gen Alpha things. They, like, do something else. They, like, cut fruit or put on their makeup. Like, we pay too much attention to the camera. And it is a problem. We are becoming old. We are becoming old.
important. Well, it's not. But it is painfully ironic because not too long ago there was and is a
Elrond over here saying we question mark. First of all,
war on like Gen Z making fun of millennials for being cringe. And don't get me wrong.
I think there's a difference though. Is Gen Z doesn't condemn Gen Alpha the way that the millennials condemn Gen Z. Okay, why don't you express some fucking solidarity with my old ass, you aging bitch? How about you don't make 10 different videos about what Zoomers are trying to cancel Eminem every single time Eminem drops a bad song? How about that, you millennial? How about that? Why don't you start doing that? And then, like, we'll figure out how to, like, you know, like, bridge the gap. Because we're not doing that to Gen Alpha. We're not being like, Gen Alpha is trying to cancel Taylor Swift. We're not doing that. We're like, yeah, Taylor Swift is problematic as hell. While the millennials are over here, like, defending, like, Diddy.
They are.
Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem? Honey, that's
Pre-watch. There you fucking go. There you fucking go.
cute. Listen, little kitties, let me make this quite clear. This man was around even before you were here. So what, you're all mad because the man was a lyricist while all your rappers are mumbling gibberish?
There's a whole genre of TikTok.
Oh god. Oh god.
Talk now with Gen Z mocking millennialisms and humor.
When I popped off, then you go gave me just
No, but like literally. How about millennials stop doing this and we'll stop making fun of you? How about y'all? Here's the thing is that when Zoomers make fun of millennials are doing like, oh, our series on why Gen Z is actually the worst generation. When Gen Alpha does this to us, we laugh because we're like, you're so right, King. Like, you got it.
Get ready with me to go to Target. I would like to preface this by saying I have never done a GRWM.
Dude, the only time that like this fucking girl haunts my nightmares, bro. The fucking Starbies girl.
My wife.
First, we must have our stubbies because I need it a lot.
And I have partaken in this because
I hope that girl is taking it well because everyone used that video. I mean, here's the thing is that like millennials, like again, in like a weird way, like some of the things that they do is kind of avant-garde because like it's so cringe that it ascends into being actually funny.
I couldn't resist.
Dude, my horny ass could not be in the same room as this cookie. What the fuck?
Not to be that guy or girl, derp, but methinks that's wrong. If you're not Ravenclaw crunchy plant mom taking care of your puppers and doggos, until I've had my coffee, don't talk to me. One of the
No, literally, like until the millennials stop being cringe. Here's the thing: is that millennials are cringe, Zoomers are cringe, Gen Alpha is cringe. The thing is that we live with our cringe. The Zoomers live with our cringe, and we accept ourselves for how we are. Millennials are like, stop bullying me. The kids are bullying me. They're saying that like I have a bad hairline and like my jokes are unfunny. My pussy hurts.
things people are talking about
My fucking ass hurts. I don't know. You know, I
how
don't get
Gen
it.
Alpha's a
That was a bad joke. I should have left it. I should have left it out. I tried to mimic the fucking Kevin Hart video. This is what I tried to do. Kevin Hart, my pussy. It didn't work. It didn't work, but you need to know where the joke comes from.
My pussy hurt.
See, I'm cringe. I'm a fucking cringe zoomer. But like the thing is I accept my cringe.
obsession with aesthetics has led to a lot of confusion on what preppy means in fashion, where previously it might have meant something like this, but now it just means
No, Oni, you don't watch anime. You are anime. Don't get the fuck out of here. Don't be like, I'm Oni Spumoni and I simply watch anime. You do not watch anime. You are a consumer of anime. Like, anime consumed you. Like don't fucking act like you're one of us, like a guy that just like watches anime.
like colorful, fun outfits. And people are really confused about this, and as someone who is fashion illiterate, obviously, I get it. I don't think this is a reach.
When I say aesthetic, it means like beige.
At Target with my Gen Alpha daughter. We're gonna see what she calls everything. Apparently this is preppy.
This is also considered old.
Wait, what?
Apparently this.
I mean, that's interesting. This being preppy, I mean, like, that is, Gen Alpha's calling that preppy? I'm trying to figure out I don't know what Gen Alpha wears. I feel like the only attachment that I have to Gen Alpha is like family members, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like here's the thing about like being brown, right? Like this is like some brown people shit, but like especially like South African brown is that like hand-me-down is like deeply embedded into like our culture. So like my cousins like wear like clothes that I used to wear when I was a kid. That's like just South Africa shit. Like, so I feel like they don't really have like a style, like a specific style. They just like wear like my old hand-me-downs. And like so it's like kind of baggy, I guess, but it is like I never wore shit like this, and neither did like my older cousins, I guess, the girl cousins. So like this wouldn't be featured in like their outfits. But like they do like shit, like they cut up the shirts and they like you know, like, but I don't know, it like feels more like 90s than anything else.
Is preppy.
This is also considered old money, and again,
This is considered old money to them. And yeah.
I have no argument against this.
What is that style?
I would call that preppy in the 90s or old money.
Old money. You would call this old money.
Yeah, old money.
Crap, you're not wrong.
This might have been preppy back in the 90s, like she says, but she's not wrong about it being old money. This look
But see, like, it definitely matters what circles you run in, because I feel like if you asked me what style this was, it'd be like the spike your drink style. Like any man that like comes around me looking like this is like for sure putting like fucking roofies in my drink. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't like trust this style at all. This is a style I don't trust, and so I don't look at it. It might be old money, but like there's something like deeply evil about it.
Is large white family renting out a golf course for Christmas, and if that's not old money, I don't know what is. We also got cottagecore, a very popular look when I played Minecraft more.
No, that's more coquette. That's cottagecore.
They're the same shirt.
And Livy, Olivia Rodrigo core.
Okay, no, I'll stand by that. The color matters. The color matters between what like genre it fits into. I'm into that. No, that who cares? Did I F again? Is that what happened? Yeah, I did. I did. Refresh. That happens sometimes.
Again, she's not wrong.
This one's Livy. It's Olivia Rodrigo vibes.
People were coming after her mom's parenting.
No, she's just a kid. I feel like here's the thing. Here's the thing that like here's why I'm like a Gen Alpha like leave them alone like stan is because like I said some weird shit when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that didn't make sense because I had lived like 6 years on this planet. So like obviously I didn't have like a full grasp on like how society operates. And like whenever I said dumb shit as a kid, my mom just like laughed at me. You know what I'm saying? But like now kids like now moms like post their kids on TikTok and like go viral for how stupid their kids are. Of course their kids are stupid. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's like you're supposed to like laugh it off.
Thing under this video, which I found so strange. It's just clothing, dude. Relax. TikTok has no short of people taking the most unserious things and taking them very seriously. But I'm being serious. About today's sponsor, Opera, the brand Sephora cocktails were though that I sent you. Thanks. But a more serious concern arose when places like Sephora are being taken over by literal tweens. 10 to 13-year-olds we're talking. If you haven't seen, Sephoras are being overrun by
By the way, I've been a few Sephoras recently. They are not. And also, but like at the same time, like who gives a fuck? We already hashed this out like months ago, but like basically my take on the Sephora thing is like who gives a fuck? The reason why kids need a free thing to do with their moms. We live in under like a shitty like capitalist, you know, society, and there's not many free, you know, experiences that you can have with your kids anymore. And so like taking your kids to Sephora and like fucking up the makeup is like a free experience that you and your kids can do. Who gives a fuck?
children ruining sample products and stealing sample brushes and stuff to make Sephora cocktails, where they just mix a bunch of products into one, which is disgusting and ruins the experience for everyone else going to Sephora. I don't need to tell you why this sucks. This is like when you'd go to Friendly's after school with a bunch of your friends and you'd put
No, but like, here's the thing, is that all you have to do, like, is ask for a new one. They'd be like, hey, they mix some shit on like this. Do y'all have a new sample? Like, who cares? Yeah, it feels like millennial babe.
shit like ketchup, mayo, salt, pepper packets, and cream and
Dude, when I was a kid, there was y'all are gonna judge me for this, but like, we used to do Harry Potter nights, like, in my hometown, like, where I grew up. And so, like, there was this one night that we wanted to do a Harry Potter marathon where we watched movie 1 all the way to the last movie, all the way to the end. And we basically, like, mixed these concoctions where we made Kool-Aid and we poured, like, Red Bulls, Monsters, and 5-Hour Energies into them. And we would, like, drink them while we, like, watched the entire, like, series. And it was, like, there to keep us up. And so, yeah, like, I am very familiar with the game of, like, mixing shit into, like, a glass and drinking it.
various sauces into someone's water and make your own version of a disgusting cocktail and then force your friend to take a sip for no reason. Just for no reason.
How old were you? God, maybe like 8 or 9. It was definitely like before, I feel like it was like early middle school, definitely before high school. Before high school. No, I was maybe even before middle school. It was very, very, very early. I also did that to me and my friend did that when I was like 8, I think, to beat all of Portal 2. When I was 8, my friend stayed over for like 2 weeks because like their parents were going out of town, and we like literally just did that and beat Portal 2 in one sitting.
Disgusting cocktails as children is a tale as old as time. For that I will give them some grace, but those drinks were only terrorizing our friends, and this is terrorizing the general public at an adult makeup store.
No, but it's like not though. Like they're kids. It came out in 2011. Whenever it was, I was young. Okay, pre-high school, that entire era was the same era to me. From 6 years old when I developed consciousness all the way to my freshman year of high school, that is the same year. That is one long year.
For adults. Where is your mother supporting this?
My daughter found an owl that has drunk elephant and cries screaming for me to buy her everything from them. Lord help me, girls are expensive.
Oh. Okay. Why is this happening? A lot of people think it's because of the lack of—
Yeah, I was in the 5th grade when I was 11. So yeah, so like, yeah, maybe the 5th grade. At what age did you develop consciousness? Oh, yeah, I mean, for me, it was 6. For me, it was definitely 6.
third places, you know, like malls, libraries, places where kids can just hang out to be kids. Go outside, they say. Well, if you live somewhere like Florida, not happening. American cities are overpopulated and underhoused, largely built for cars and not pedestrians. I wouldn't feel safe leaving a kid to walk around anywhere by themselves outside of the neighborhood. And have you been to a mall lately? I have, and it was scary, okay? It felt like a wasteland. I felt like I was in an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese. Confederate flag and everything. People don't go to malls.
What the fuck? Yeah, I've go to the mall sometimes. Sometimes I go to the mall. So like my tailor is in the mall, so like I will tell you it's alarming how empty they are. When I was a kid, like dude, when I was a kid, my parents treated the mall like daycare, bro. They should just drop me and my fucking 12-year-old girlfriend off at the mall and we'd just be like making out behind the Auntie Anne's. Like it's fucking crazy that like kids don't go to the mall anymore.
Malls anymore. It's just jewelry stores and tumbleweed. Yes, Claire's still exists, and so do their ear infections as soon as you get your ears pierced. But kids don't want their kid stuff and kid jewelry and kid makeup anymore. They want Drunk Elephant and their colorful branding.
But like the thing is that like times like changed, you know. Like when I was a kid, getting piercings was an adult thing. Wearing makeup. I mean, the girls were wearing makeup. They were doing shit like that. The guys, you know, we were like, you know, with our Sperry's and like Nike Elites, but like the girls were doing shit like this. I feel like it's like crazy to be like they weren't doing that.
That have ingredients like retinol.
Your first kiss with your wife was on a mall escalator? What? Damn, bro, dude, people that like, dude, that's so crazy. Wife guys always have to like kiss in public so that everybody like knows they have a wife. Devastating.
That was a little aggressive, I'm sorry. Retinol, derogatory. An ingredient that is meant for reducing wrinkles and promoting collagen production.
In the weirdest way, so like I have like 2 thoughts for this. I think like number 1, it's not like that bad that like younger people are getting into skincare. But number 2, I do think there is something to be said about like the culture of like scaring like, you know, 8-year-old girls into you know, thinking that they're going to age poorly. And to be honest, like, I think like, not to be like, there's a problem with how we treat white people, but I do think that we should pay more attention to how we make fun of how white people age, because I think that, like, younger kids are, like, it's really, like, I think younger white kids are internalizing, like, the jokes that we make about, like, white people aging like milk.
10 years old? And they want whatever coquette is. I had to look that up. It's whatever this is. Why are we putting everything in a box? This doesn't look any different than preppy to me. I don't know. Drunk Elephant has kind of doubled down on this, and I do wish they stated more clearly that their products are not for children and children should not use them. It is and should be the responsibility of the parents to not buy their kids this stuff or give them the $74.
Yeah, she's a boomer. This is a boomer take. I who cares? Like, if it makes them happy and, you know, it's like a birthday gift or whatever, like, I don't know, like, who cares? Like, I definitely will always be in the camp of, like, who cares when it comes to, like, a lot of this shit. Like, the kids are gonna, you know, they're gonna do things, they're gonna make mistakes. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, if they don't want a Nintendo Switch and they want makeup for their birthday, like, who gives a fuck?
It costs to get something like this. I'm all for spoiling your children and giving them nice things if you're fortunate enough to do so, but how about something like this? Or may I interest you?
No, like I don't know, like, I feel like this was bad in its own way, too. Like, you know, I feel like this, you know, Barbie was, like, a capitalist monster that, like, you were only a woman if you had a career, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there was problems with Toys R Us also. There was problems with Lego. There was problems with all these different things. Like, I don't know. I will never, like, it's just hard for me to judge the next generation for, like, the things that they like. It's like boomer shit. It's just boomer shit.
You in this? How about that? And a lot of these trends, of course, are caused by TikTok, a place where adults and children and the government don't get along. That's where you get all the trends now. This is revolutionary information. Did you think you were gonna hear that in this video? Hey, TikTok, we got trends over here. When Gen Z and older were kids, we got our trends from curated places like Disney or Jade Fort.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there was something fucked up about that. There was something fucked up about being, like, on a direct tube from, like, you know, like, media companies to, like, what we liked and didn't like. There's something interesting that, like, the Gen Alpha is like getting what they like and what they don't like from like their peers. And I think that's, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Like, who cares? They're just a different generation.
Teen or whatever that magazine was that provided ginormous posters of Justin Bieber for your bedroom to watch over you as you sleep. Now these worlds
Justice.
are so integrated that Skibbity Toilet is permeating my life to the point where I kind of think it's good. This is actually funny, and it's not that different. Okay,
This is very in my day energy. I just yeah, it is. It's 100% like, kids should go out and play outside. Why are they playing with their phones when they should be playing on the swing set where I fucking fractured my skull because I used to do backflips jumping off the top rope? Like who cares? Like, I don't know. Like, again, like, the kids are gonna do what they're gonna do. Like, I feel like the best thing that you can do is just like offer them safety. Like, something like retinol probably isn't good for your like child's skin. And so probably getting them like a more diluted like version of it or something like that is probably what you should do as a parent, is like just like making it as safe as possible.
used to listen to Pen Pineapple Pen whatever, and the Gummy Bear song.
I used to watch that like stupid ass stormtrooper like pelvic thrusting for like 5 minutes straight. Like Skibbity Toilet is funny. It's funnier than what I was fucking watching when I was a kid. I used to watch those like bet you can't like watch this without laughing 10-minute compilations and like laugh my fucking ass off. Skibbity Toilet's funny.
And whatever bullshit this was, I don't know. It's not that different. Gen Alpha humor is largely
That was woke and turning the kids gay. The kids are gay.
TikTok brain rot, as they're calling it. I'm not calling it that. I'm not calling it that. Don't get me wrong, this is peak humor. I'll just give you a snippet.
Sticking out your gap for the Rizzler.
But see, like, don't make fun of sticking out your gap for the Rizzler, because we had fucking, like, Fallen Kingdom, like the Minecraft version. We had Minecraft parodies, the fucking chicken bigot, no, what is it, the nugget chicken biscuit song? Like, we had our stupid-ass songs that were, like, parodies and, like, funny. We had Weird Al, that's millennial, more millennial than Zoomer, but we had Weird Al talking about some, like, eat it, just eat it.
So Skibbity, you're so Phantom Tax.
I should also at least mention that it's also crazy that they use language from other communities like Slay and then gatekeep it, thinking they have the authority to
The way she said other communities.
let us know when it's no longer cool to say it. I don't want to harp on that point because they're literally children, but I just know that it's a thing that people are going to bring up. Gen Z is now making stitches of Gen Alpha content that I can only describe as like, look at what the kids are doing these days. When I was a kid,
Can I say something? If you're above the age of like 18 and you're getting like TikToks of like middle school girls, you should be like proactively lobotomized. Like if your TikTok feed is like middle school girls and you're like above 18, we should like proactively lobotomize you. I don't think it's good for you.
Spent my time outside and I did silly little
like, I don't get these TikToks at all, and that's good. Like, I shouldn't get these TikToks because I'm a grown-ass man.
Things, and now Gen Alpha is wearing makeup and making inappropriate TikToks for their age. People have been complaining about the younger generation looking older and wanting to act older forever. This is not new.
Is it a serve? Is it a sleigh? Where'd you get that fucking checker print rug? Your Amazon storefront? Spell restaurant.
Your outfit is so cute.
Again, it's just like boomer shit. It's just like boomer shit to be like, bell count, blah. Look, she's literally doing the TikTok describing the video. I think like she's kind of like both sidesing it. I don't know. She's not like full blown. She's not full blown. I mean, she's critiquing Gen Alpha versus Gen Z, but she's doing the classic like both sides are wrong. But Gen Alpha is like, she's only really talking about Gen Alpha. When I don't think Gen Alpha versus Gen Z is wrong, I think Gen Z versus Gen Alpha is wrong. Like, the kids are gonna call the adults old. They're gonna do that. They're always gonna do that. I called the millennial old. The millennials called the boomers old. It's a part of the game. Like, it's different when you punch down. Punching up is fine.
Cute today. It's such a sleigh. You still say sleigh? You're a grandma.
No, but like, actually though, why are they saying slay?
Grandma. Spell restaurant.
They're not wrong. I think Gen Alpha has largely become more illiterate of a generation. That pains me to say, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, but they're illiterate because of like lack of school funding. Like, there's like actually like the schools are not funded. Like, they are constantly cutting the fucking the school budgets. Like, so like it's not their fault. It's not even TikTok, it's not the media. It's literally schools just don't have funding.
Because this is exactly what millennials did to Gen Z, and now Gen Z is turning around and doing the—
And also teachers aren't paid, so like nobody even wants the job, right? Like those are the problems. Like if teachers weren't paid when I was in school, and it's worse now. Like, dude, they were broke when I was a kid, and it's worse now. Like put that into your fucking brain and like eat it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they are in such a bad situation.
the exact same thing. Being angry at the younger generation for coming after them for being cringe.
You're obsessed with us millennials.
Have you banned me from Starbies?
Millennial core? Really?
Did she say us?
Millennials do that?
I thought that the millennial pause.
Millennial core, is that your aesthetic? I'm flattered.
Time is a flat circle and history repeats itself constantly.
My doggos think I'm pretty swag. Shouldn't you?
Ma'am, are you really trying to make fun of millennials? When your generation—
But see, like again, like she didn't understand that it's tongue in cheek, it's satire. That is the one thing that millennials I think don't get at all. I don't think millennials understand satire like at all. Like at least the boomers kind of like seem to get it sometimes or like fire back. But millennials, like everything that you say to a millennial is just true. Like, and then when you like say something about it, and when you're like, I'm being like satirical, immediately they're like, well, if I can't tell it's a joke, then it's not funny. Or even worse, they say like, well, imagine how much of it is a problem that I believed that you actually thought that. Like, okay, you being an idiot isn't my problem.
doesn't even know proper sentences.
I'm Riz. I'm Riz.
Boomers did this to millennials, you know, they had beef. I would bet that boomers' parents did this to boomers.
Millennials are just entitled and think they're the one group that's not cringe. Number one, yes. And number two, I think the biggest issue with millennials, and this is going to be such a fucking long topic, but like, I think the biggest issue with millennials is that the wage gap between millennials and the boomers is so fucking massive that their brains are just broken. I think their brains are irreparably broken because of how big the wage gap is between them and the generation above them. At least like Gen Z and the millennials don't have that much of a difference between them, and Gen Alpha won't have that big of a difference between them and Gen Z. But the difference between the millennials and the boomers is so fucking busted that I think their brains are just like cooked, like perma-cooked.
Boomers when they were kids, listening to sinful music like the Beatles and showing their shoulders. I don't know where Gen X fits in all of this. I feel like they're kind of an elusive generation. Where are they? I don't know. All I got is what? Joe Rogan, Elon Musk. That's all I can think of. You guys were probably doing crazy shit in the 80s too, that older generation.
Best take you've had all morning? You didn't like the other takes that I've had?
Complained about, like Dungeons and Dragons, hair metal, and doing cocaine. I'm not here to start a generational war. I think other people got that covered.
The only thing that the millennials got right was drugs. I feel like the millennials like did drugs tastefully. Like all of the other generations kind of either take it too far or not far enough. Like the millennials like definitely did the right amount of drugs.
Some of these videos were clearly for fun.
Do you think social media should be age restricted? I'm going to say something so controversial. I think social media should be age restricted. I think if you're above the age of 18, you should not be able to see below 18 content. You should not have 30-year-old men watching like TikToks of middle schoolers. It is fucking ridiculous, and I think that there needs to be something done about that. That like older people should completely have like the child's like shit restricted from them unless you're like a parent and have a parent account. I think parent accounts should exist. Like I think that you should have a shared account with your child, and I think you should be able to see what they see, of course. But I think that if you don't have a kid and like you don't have like some kind of parental account, like you shouldn't be able to see what the kids are posting.
And wholesome.
All right, first thing, how do you answer the phone? How do you hang up the phone?
And some of them poke fun at other generations.
Wait, what did he just do?
Hang up the phone.
You know what's crazy about like that hand motion is that like a lot of so like he is a millennial, but a lot of Zoomers like pretend like we're based for doing like the hang up motion like that way or the roll down your window like that way when we really didn't grow up with that shit. Like we just like know about it.
And some of them poke fun at other generations like without like a mean streak, you know? Like this is all fun and games here. We're all in on the joke.
Is that coffee? Hashtag goals. Oh, I was just taking a boomerang.
The cringe fun. We used to do cringe shit too. Like dude, if you ever like were like a middle schooler in 20, I don't know, fucking 12, then you would do like the weird walks and the weird faces, like the Jim Carrey faces, in order to out cringe your friends. Like, it was like a thing. Like, we did that too. Like, I feel like it's like weird to be like, they're weirder than us.
Sticking out your jack for the Whistler.
But some people are getting genuinely heated. They're like 10. Calm down. Millennials
No, they're 10. You calm down. They're 10. Baby, they're 10.
are old enough to be their parents. Also, like, these are middle schoolers. They're objectively not cool. Why are you giving?
Yeah. She's like both sidesing it. Like, she doesn't understand that I feel like she's like, yeah. I feel like, yeah, this is, god damn it. A broken clock is like wrong twice a day, right? Yeah, she's trying to be like, bro, they're 10. They're, of course they're cringe. Leave them alone. But it's like, I feel like she's like, it's like too far for me. It's like millennial brain comes for us all. It does.
Giving them unlimited power. Within reason, let them have their little thing like we did growing up.
Sticking out your yacht for the Rizzler.
I saw this TikTok of someone saying that generations generally consume the content of the generation before them. Like how growing up, millennials generally consumed content created by Gen X, Gen Z consumed content created by millennials, and Gen Alpha is consuming content from Gen Z and so on. And I think that's true, of course, while also consuming content created
Not me, I'm immune. If you have like just a speckle of like, I feel like if you were a kid that was like bullied as a kid by like the older generation, then like one of two things happens to you. You like either like side with the younger generation and you're like, I know what they went through, so I'm not gonna let them go through that again, or you do what your parents did and you're like, you shit on them also. It's like hazing shit
by people their own age.
When you're a kid, internet culture sort of trickles down to you from the older generations, and most of Gen Alpha isn't even old enough to be on social media right now.
Nah, but they are though.
But when they get older, we will see Gen Alpha start to form their own culture. When it comes time to pass the torch to Gen Alpha, which
my TikTok demographics are like, it's like basically 14 to 20, and it's like I think it's 3/5 women. It's 3/5 women, 3/5 Gen Alpha, and Zoomer women. That is like my TikTok demographic. So like I kind of see how they talk in my comments, and like they're either like hyper political or like don't know how to speak English at all. No, don't hazmat me. These are children. You're hazmatting children, bro.
will probably happen kind of soon. I hope that Gen Z can be like chill about it.
Gen Z adopted the idea of the content creator, right? When we know an internet before the creator. Gen Alpha will not know an internet without a creator. So
I mean, but again, that's like, I think that like in a weird way, like having creators that you like, obviously like there's something nice about like the consistency of the content, but also like not having a creator led you to like watching like gore or some shit like when you were a kid. Like you were watching like compilation videos and like those videos always featured gore or like, you know, like random like sexual things or like top of the hour ad breaks. Like they always like featured something that you just didn't want to see. So having a creator that like you like and it's like more of a comfort creator was probably better. I'm reading the ad now. Watching gore did not affect me. I'm not making any comments about that.
It will lead them to resent it or have this kind of like
it's the status quo.
Fatigue.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's everybody does it, so I don't.
But I think a greater look at this really shows how trend windows are getting shorter and shorter. Gen Z is such a nostalgic generation in terms of fashion and media. To the point where we're now nostalgic for things that we made on TikTok in 2020.
Bro, I'm seeing like TikTok compilations that are like 2014 core or 2017 core or 2019 core, and I'm like, bro, am I fucking old? They're like, and then you'll see like the comments, and the comments are all like, dude, I wish I went to high school in 2019. Bro, what the fuck is happening? Like that is like, I feel like 5 years ago is like too like late to be having too early, or too like 5 years is too early to be having like old core videos. My God, the 2019 core scares me. Yeah, because it's like COVID core. And it's like really, it's even more weird. My parents beat me and I turned out okay. You know about the long rant that I've had on that.
That was 4 years ago. Like, what are we doing? The things people used to be nostalgic for are things that are like 10, 20 years old. But now we're
Yes,
feeling
Saxy.
nostalgic about things that happened literally 6 months ago.
But I think that's part of the joke. I think that like a lot of the jokes with like the Gen Alpha becomes like very self-referential. So they saw all the Zoomers like losing their minds over like 2017 core, and so they just kept moving the date up to like to keep fucking with us. I feel like I see. I don't want to become a millennial and like become very not self-aware of like when we're being made fun of. I feel like making like the 2020 core and the 2021 core is like them making fun of us because they saw the outrage over 2017.
Just realized things are moving so fast because of TikTok and the influx of
Why do you say core? It's just like a word they use. I don't know how to explain it.
influencers and creators. How am I supposed to be a clean girl aesthetic queen when next
Yeah, it's like hardcore, softcore, core, like cottage core. It's just like core just means like a type, like a common type, I guess.
month I'm supposed to be a mob boss, croquette, skibbity, aesthetic Riz queen? Your Honor, it's impossible to slay under these conditions. The bird that made billions of childhoods.
Oh, is that the fucking audio? The fucking audio from when it like you see the outside of a fucking like house in an anime?
I can't even remember the last time I heard that bird. Today's kids will never know the impact.
I just found the early 2000s bird, you know, the summer bird.
Excuse me? The early 2000s bird? It's a mourning dove. The early 2000s bird. You know they've
Dude, it is fucked up though. Like being born in the 90s is gonna be one of those things that like the Zoomers like or Gen Alpha and the generations after cook us for. They're literally gonna roast us by being like, why are motherfuckers that were literally born in a different century running the government right now? Like I see it happening. Like they are literally going to be like, why are motherfuckers that are literally not even a part of this century like running this country? And they're gonna be like 40. It's gonna be devastating. I think when it comes to online culture, the biggest difference between Gen Alpha and Gen Z is that Gen Alpha is the first generation to unilaterally grow up on the internet. Up until Gen Z, people grew up with the internet. It was something that was around you. Your life was not inseparable from it. Gen Alpha are the iPad kids. They perceive the internet a bit differently. They were born into it. I think there's just like more there though. I feel like when you say like kids were just born with the internet, like there's something like means something there. I think it's the first kids to grow up with that like an extreme sense of like nationalistic identity, because these kids were like playing CS:GO with like Russian like CS:GO players and playing League with like Chinese fucking high schoolers. Like I feel like their nationalistic identity is more related to like the online or the internet rather than the country. Whereas like I think that growing up there was definitely more propaganda that was like more with the with each generation. With each generation, like nationalism dropped off because you had more connection to like people around you and people across the globe and all that kind of stuff.
been around like before that. True, I haven't heard it in years. Bro, I miss that noise. It feels so rare. That's crazy. Mourning doves? They're gone. They're extinct. We don't have them anymore. They don't.
I mean, it has its own problems too, though, because like I think a lot of like dating has been like I do get boomer brained over like dating and like the way that like dating has like transitioned to like online dating. I think that like it also effectively breaks a lot of like coalition that could be built because you're like you don't need to build coalition with the people around you. You can build coalition with people in another state, in another country, in another continent rather than like the person next door. And I do think that like that does like present new problems like with how we like build coalition in this in your neighborhoods and in your country and in your workplace.
Don't exist anymore. They only existed from the years 2000 to 2009 and they're gone. They don't make birds the same anymore. Why are there so many? When you realize this sound is nostalgic because these birds went extinct in 2020 and they're officially a 2000s baby's memory.
What the fuck? The bird went extinct? What the hell?
Now? You know you can still go outside, right? To a point, we need to end nostalgia. I'm over it.
Still, I was thinking about having spoken to my neighbors in months, and we live next door. Yeah, I mean, it's because of the internet. Like, it's 100% the internet that does that. And again, like, there's something nice about having access to immediate information at your fingertips. So, like, all of us, like, kind of know a little bit more about politics or, like, social order or whatever. But, like, the issue is that, like, we're not applying it by talking to the people around us. My tinfoil theory is that online dating sucks because dating apps are incentivized show you not who your best matches are, but something short of it because capitalism. I think it gets really annoying when people say that like dating apps would be better if it, if they weren't done under capitalism, or jobs would be better if they weren't done under capitalism. Like, I think the thing is that we live under capitalism, and like dismissing it as like the reason why dating the apps suck is because of capitalism. It's like, yeah, you said nothing. We know that already. Like, we live under capitalism, so we have to fix it at least immediately under capitalism, or fucking do a revolution. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like the dismissal of certain like bad topics by being like, yeah, it sucks because of capitalism. Like, yeah, we know that already.
This is ridiculous. Believe it or not, we still have birds. And now people are confused about being a cusper between Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Yo, they got middle child generations? What the fuck?
None of this matters at all.
I'm pretty sure the Zoomers are the middle generation. I know this is gonna be crazy. Zoomers are the middle generation. I refuse to acknowledge this generation as the middle generation. I'm gonna get on my boomer shit. But like, we like being between like the boomers and the millennials and like the new generation, like post-internet generation, I think it effectively makes us the middle generation.
Gen Z and Gen Alpha. None of this matters at all. I was born when I was born. And who gives a fuck? I could be wrong, but I feel like generations used to idolize, to a degree, the older generation. Like, I'd look at my big sister and think she's so cool and I want to do everything she does.
I never thought that. I never thought that about the millennials, and I'm so fucking thankful that I never thought that. The millennials were never cool to me.
And consume the media she does because she's older than me. But today, people's little siblings are calling them cringe. If you donate $5 today, you could adopt a Gen Z person and end the war on Gen.
But see, all you have to do is fire back in the most like Gen Z way, like in the funniest way. Like, there are words that will always hit like a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha. Or calling them like annoying or musty, like those two words will carry forever weight. Communism isn't exactly a good way to structure society unless you have UBI and AI. Yeah, we have those things. We have those things. What do you mean? No, Source Coffee, actually, you should read a book called, fuck, do I have it over here? There's a book about, like, how basically Walmart and Amazon have, like, solved communism already. Basically, like, the way that they use, like, AI, like, storage, or, sorry, the way that they use AI in their supply chain, like, is actually, like, has solved the issue of, like, distribution. And there's a really good book about it, The People's Republic of Walmart. And yeah. Wait, Jason is not lying. He actually did go to the library with the girls he likes reading. I do like reading. Like, don't fucking like execute me. I know I do read books sometimes. Lincoln brother. I have it on LibGen. I don't know how to explain it. Well, not on LibGen. I mean, like, obviously don't use LibGen. It's fucking illegal. But like, if you were to use LibGen and I couldn't stop you, you would just basically go to LibGen and put the People's Republic of Walmart. It's a really good brother, and it basically explains exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, and it basically explains like literally the math and how we've already basically solved communism.
Alpha versus Gen Z, important, and you could save them. If you donate $5 today, you'll get a little postcard in the mail with their face on it and like a little bio on the back. Like a pen pal, but you don't talk to them, you just give them money. And you get to look at their face. Sign up today. It's just a sign of the times, and while I am worried for Gen Alpha not knowing how to...
Yeah, letting Amazon to become a true monopoly and nationalizing is our best shot. That is like an old Hassan take, and it's kind of the funniest thing ever because it's like kind of true. Yeah, letting Amazon just take over everything and then nationalizing them, it might be our best shot at this point.
Bell Restaurant. I'm not their mom. Anyway, don't forget to mew so hard your hand slips on that skibbity subscribe button so we can get to 1 million subscribers. And impress the Rizzler baby Gronk grimace shake skibbity
Baby Gronk's parents need to be shot. I'm sorry, but Baby Gronk's parents need to be fucking put down. There's no fucking way they're dragging that kid to like literally adult women's strip clubs. I mean, don't take them to minor strip clubs either. Holy fuck, I hope those don't exist. But I mean, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean is that like the fucking there's no reason Baby Gronk should be in like those fucking strip clubs. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I feel like I said the wrong words. I used the wrong words in the wrong order in that situation. And you know what? I condemn the Jason streams. I condemn the Jason streams. How many times must I condemn the Jason streams? Okay, let me see. We're switching over to Balatro real quick. We're going to do a quick Balatro game. That's right. We're going to slash marker Balatro. And we're going to get a Smeckle of Gaming. We're going to get a Smeckle of Gaming. One singular gaming. Why